Hello everyone and welcome back to Zoo Crafting! I am Zookeeper Seri and we are here today getting ready to find where Sunflower has disappeared to. Yes, that's right, dweedwoo. In fact, we have a little bit of an interesting twist in the story. Yes, Mr. Pigu, an interesting twist in the story. So you see, we just spent the last, little while riding around on Aster Seed looking for Sunflower, and now, well, long story short, we found her! Ta-da! We found Sunflower! Yay! She was down in the canyon and we figured out where to go and find her thanks to the amazing Pavo who searched for her on the back of his phoenix and managed to point out on the map where we needed to go. And oh my goodness, it was so far away from where we were headed. And you guys were actually with me for that entire journey and it was amazing. It was fantastic and we flew all the way home. And just as we touched down at home, you know what happened? Kaboosh! My computer had some issues and unfortunately we were not able to show you guys the adventure. I know, right guys? We weren't able to show you guys the adventure where we found Sunflower and I'm so sorry about that. There's nothing I can really do to give it back. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to retrace the steps of finding Sunflower and flying home because, oh my goodness, we found something very interesting on the way home. So I'm so sorry, guys. That big adventure where Aster Seed and I were searching, combing the land, trying to find where Sunflower was hiding, it definitely happened. It's just now I'm going to have to rely on your guys' fan art and your guys' little fan fictions and the little books that you write to fill in the gaps for when Aster Seed and I were frantically looking for Sunflower all over the world because unfortunately we already found her and then we lost that adventure. It's a lost chapter, Sunflower, a lost chapter, but she is safe and she is out of that canyon hole she was in. She was actually right down here. So like right there, that's where she was hiding, guarding my grave. And I actually managed to get my grave back. So I popped it open and I managed to get all of my stuff back, which is fantastic. I also picked up a whole pig. A pig, I think, fell off of here and died. And so somehow I ended up with some pork chop and a whole pig, which apparently you can use in all sorts of interesting cooking things, like turning it into raw pork chop and bones, or you can make a roasted whole pig. So it's quite interesting. It might be something we'll remember when we have dinosaurs and we are trying to take care of said dinosaurs by feeding them enough food. We also managed to climb our way out up that little stream right there, and yeah, so that's where Sunflower is, and she is safe. She's just worn out from her journey. She was loyally standing by our grave. She didn't abandon us for a wild flock of chocobo like I was worried about, and Aster Seed was fantastic at finding his mate, and we actually knew where to find her because we had some wonderful advice given to us by Pavo. So Pavo gave us the coordinates where he thought he had seen her way up here, and he said he actually recognized the area because apparently Huck lives nearby. I think Huck lives like to the north of us somewhere up here. So Huck apparently lives pretty close, and I thought that was pretty amazing. And then after we got out of there with Sunflower, we flew all the way back home and we found something extremely interesting I think you guys are really going to enjoy. But we were actually way over here. So we were looking over here and this was in the wrong spot. And we were about to start searching along here because so many of you guys were so helpful going back and trying to find where Sunflower had been lost. Some of you had even taken screenshots of this map and circled places that you thought we should search. And I actually was going to search around here where many of you guys suggested. And this is where I thought she would be. So we were completely off. We would have been searching this area right here for forever. So without Pavo's help, I don't know if we would have found Sunflower. So I think it's very fitting that the bird master managed to find Sunflower and bring her safely home to us. So I'm really grateful for that. All right, Sunflower, we're going to let you go ahead and rest. So we're going to put her inside of the little safari net. Also, look at this pretty little tree. Oh, isn't that so pretty? You can see the little vine growing down and the flower growing on top of it. Little rubber trees that have just grown in the middle of that little lagoon there. But all right, Aster Seed, let us start flying home. And we actually have waypoints now. I'm so excited. So we have renamed this canyon. I don't ever want to forget where this canyon is because it actually looks really awesome. The Golden Chocobo Canyon. And so we are going to be, there's home way over there, Zoodesia. And we are going to be exploring this canyon in the future because if you look down here, there's actually a really amazing cave system. So we will be exploring this in the future. There's even some fossils to peck away at. And I mean, I feel like we need to turn this canyon into something special, just like a world landmark of some kind, if you will, just so that we can say this is where we lost Sunflower and this is where Sunflower and Aster Seed were reunited. And Aster Seed, I promised you, and I totally meant it, I think that it is time to let Aster Seed and Sunflower have some baby chocobos, you guys. And you guys are going to help me with that. I think they have earned a vacation from their duties of flying me all around the world. And we will help them build a really big nest and help them lay some of their beautiful golden chocobo eggs very soon. All right. Oh no, Aster Seed, are you feeling slow today? All right, we can do this. Come on, buddy. Let's try again. All right, we're going to fly home. Is it the rain? Do you not want to fly in the rain? He may not want to fly in the rain. All right, let's try. Wow, look how many pigus there are here. Maybe this would be a good spot for dinosaurs. That's the other thing. While we've been flying around, I feel like there's like down here where we found that dinosaur research lab, like the Ancient Academy. I really feel like that might be a pretty good area to potentially start putting down for our dinosaur series. So we'll have to do a little bit more searching around here just to see. All right, maybe Sunflower, she's more used to flying in the rain, so let's try her. I know, all right, Sunflower, yeah, she's feeling like going. There we go. And then this is the path we took home. So we just took a leisurely little path home. And I don't think either of them minded coming back to the Golden Chocobo Canyon because it's pretty amazing. And we'll always remember it as the place where these two were reunited. I was very, very sad when I realized that our big adventures hadn't been saved so that we could share them together. That's very rare that ever happened. So I'm sorry about that, you guys. But like I said, now you guys can fill in the gaps. You guys can make up the stories, the adventures. You can share the pictures. You can share like the little book of how... Ooh, what's this? Easy there, Sunflower. I'm just going to take a little quick peek. All right, let's see. Wow, there's like shadow buns jumping around. Wow, that's interesting. There's some honey splurges. There's a tropical garden. Very nice. We found a lot of cool jungly areas. Sunflower's like, oh my goodness, it's raining. I know, Sunflower, right? All right, let's keep working towards home. But yeah, I know you guys will come up with some great stories about Aster Seed going off to rescue his mate. And I think that it's definitely time to very shortly in the future, especially because it's almost spring, let these two be able to have some babies. All right, so let's go ahead. We'll slow down a little bit. And here we go. Look at this, you guys. This is a Origin Valley. So this is a pretty uncommon biome. Really, really bright, really beautiful. I really love it. Are you okay? Are you okay? Yeah, the ostrich is okay. She just like walked into that cliff. And when we were looking around here, I was just so impressed because look at this. Doesn't it just look like something you would see like out of Mario or Sonic? I just expect all sorts of little gold rings to be flying all around the place. When I saw this place, I was like, oh my gosh, this is totally somewhere you would just expect to see like a whole bunch of gold rings. You would expect to see maybe some lucky blocks. I was actually thinking about that. Like, maybe this little Origin Valley area would be fun to turn into either a chocobo racing area with big golden rings up in the sky, or maybe it would be fun to turn into like a lucky block arena where we could open up some lucky blocks with our friends now and then. I thought that would be really fun. All right, come on, Sunflower. So this is just a very, very pretty area. I really love what we discover when we're out and about and flying. But you know what? This has definitely been a lesson in a few things. It's been a lesson in the fact that we always need to have a map mod. I took the old I know, right, Sunflower? She's like, yes, you do. I took the old map mod out because it caused some lag, but now that we're on the super awesome gaming computer called Peapod, that's my little Peapod, then I think we'll be fine. Like, we can have the map mod. It's doing great. So we're always going to have a map mod, Sunflower. And then also, the sad truth, you guys, here's one route. Where am I? Oh my gosh, that's an enchanted forest. Oh my goodness. We'll go take a peek at that in just a second. And so we have 5 whole routes. For putting Sunflower's life at risk, for Aster Seed having to wonder if his mate was alive or not, for almost losing all of our stuff, all of our treasure, a whole bunch of like little eggs, all of the important things that we had on us, especially the most important thing being Sunflower herself, that was not worth it. For 5 little itty bitty like roots, that wasn't worth it. So from now on, we are going to turn Zoodesia into what we've always dreamed of, into a more professional zoo. That's right, Sunflower. But a more professional zoo where we are going to start building greenhouses. We're going to start having more NPCs. Like I've been saying, bringing the zoo to life so that people can sell, we can have greenhouses that sell the plants instead of having to go off and just to collect 1 or 2 plants, risking everybody's lives. I think that we'll definitely, of course, still go on adventures because you never know what you're going to find, like this grave down here. Let's come down and look at this grave. I will admit some curiosity because it is a villager grave. Interesting. Sunflower, what do you think? Quite interesting indeed. In fact, I wish I could read what it says in villagese, but we'll get to that, Sunflower. But yeah, there's definitely something to be said about setting off in the world and going on adventures and being able to explore all of the beautiful areas like this. Oh my gosh, look at this. So now we're in a sacred springs biome that's absolutely beautiful. And look here. What the heck is this? There's a special item in there. Come on, Sunflower. Let's fly up here carefully because there's something over our heads again. All right, there we go. Ooh, Sunflower, are you okay? Let me get that nasty thing. Oh my gosh. She took a hit, you guys. She took a hit. No. See, yeah, there's definitely, I think, a time and a place for going on adventures. Oh gosh. All right. All right. Come here, Sunflower. Let me go ahead and put you inside the safari net. Oh my goodness. It sounds like there's tons of spiders hiding inside of this tree. All right. Let me go ahead and just, oh man, I'm going to come over here because sometimes those are fake. Sometimes those are not like real pieces of stone. They're just fake pieces of stone. And the next thing you know, you find yourself falling straight through them like that. All right, let's try this again. Let me see. How are we going to get up there? I don't want to get myself pulverized, but all right, let's try this again because now I'm curious about what kind of treasure should be over here. All right, let's make some room. But yeah, this is so cool. So this is what I mean. There's a time and a place for adventures. Oh gosh. Zig, zag, got you. Got you. All right, we took him. Oh jeez. Time and a place for adventures. Time and a place for adventures. Oh my gosh. All right. I took an arrow to the knee apparently. Oh goodness. There's another spider. This sacred springs is infested. We need to purify it. A sacred spring shouldn't be covered in all sorts of monsters. It should be filled with happy, pretty things. What do you think you're doing? I come down here and fight like a 8-legged spider that you are. All right, doesn't want to fight. That's fine. All right, we'll go ahead. Ouch! 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 There's a time and a place for adventures, you guys. A time and a place. Oh my gosh. There is indeed a time and a place for adventures. And I'm really pushing it, aren't I? I'm really, really, really pushing it. So, now that I have almost pummeled myself to death in multiple ways, I landed inside of a giant spike trap. Do I have like some sort of little healing potion? I don't have a healing potion. I'm just going to sit here for a minute and think about what I've done. And think about how I was just saying we don't want to risk everybody's lives. And if I had died there, that would have been very bad. We could have eventually walked our way all the way out here, but it would have taken a long time, you guys. It would have taken a very long time. Okay, I'm going to sit here. I'm going to be good. I'm not going to move for a minute. But now I really want that treasure. I have bled for this treasure. I want to know what it is. Oh, goodness. All right, let's go ahead and climb on up. Should be okay. We have some granite ore, an arrow trap. Throw these things out. There we go. I'm going to try climbing up this thing. All right. Climbing up this one. All right, now we know that this thing is fake. So I need to have blocks to walk on. All right, come on. And can I jump on this? All right, there's that. And that looks like a trap if you ask me. So I think I can reach this thing. Painful gold dagger of noms. Food saturation when inflicting damage. Oh my gosh. We have a tiny dagger called the painful food saturation of noms. That's brilliant. Oh gosh, I don't even know how I'm going to reach this thing. Can I get it? Oh, dang it. Wasn't able to get it, but that's okay. That's okay. We can make those. All right, let's get out of here. But we definitely, oh boy, the spider who is guarding it has come after us. Oh, I should have used the food saturation of Noms. Painful gold dagger of Noms. Should have used it. Oh gosh. All right, so there we go. That was another little bit of adventure. I really need to learn my lesson. Oh yeah, and I caught a duck. I caught a nice duck that we can add in to our... Come on, Esther Seed, your turn. There we go. I caught a nice duck that we can add in to our wetlands area where we're going to add in more animals. Whew. But as I was saying, you guys, there is definitely... Oh, this beautiful spot. I remember this beautiful spot. Oh, this is so lovely. Look at this. This is a little river biome. Just a tiny river biome. It doesn't even have much of a river. Just that little thing right there. And if you look straight up, it's just got these beautiful, beautiful trees. I love the color of the trees. And it's got some vines and some epitites. And it's just gorgeous. I really like this area. So we'll keep our eyes peeled for it. But I am done risking the lives of my animals, risking my life by going out just to collect 1 or 2 plants. A real zoo would not be so reliant on having to go and like forage for the barest scraps. So we are going to add in more businesses and buildings. I'm going to continue to do things like add in the elven gardener who sells the lily pads instead of going out into the world to gather the lily pads. Because not only is it better and safer for all of us, but it also is a lot of fun to see the zoo grow that way. So we're going to see a lot more in zoo growth. That's my goal. That's my big goal, Aster Seed, for this entire season too, for season 3. This year is I want to bring the zoo to life. And we're going to do that by bringing in staff, by bringing in more buildings, by bringing in more places that are going to be shops and things like that. And it's also going to make it safer for everybody because then we'll be able to focus on getting exhibits built. I want to teach you guys. Yes, I know where we are now. Oh, thank goodness. All right, I know where we are now. Oh my gosh, and it looks like our water snake had babies. So we're going to have to gather up some of those babies. I might have to give some snakes away to some people. I really do want to build my reptile house again soon. Oh, I'm so happy. We're at our temperate forest bird aviary already. But I want to focus on this stuff. I want to be able to teach you guys more about the natural world. I want to be able to teach you guys about the cougars and the bears. I want to teach you guys about the fish. I have been looking up so many amazing native fish, freshwater fish, and I thought they'd be boring, and they're not. There's so many beautiful darters and gar and these amazing catfish I want to share with you guys. And we're home. And if we're always having to go out for every little itty bitty plant, there's a time and place for the fun of that. Aster Seed. All right, come on, we're almost there, Aster Seed. Oh my gosh, there we go. Aster Seed, we're home. We're home. But yes, there's a time and place for those kinds of adventures. And then there's a time and place to become a more professional zoo. And I think that's what this big journey, Sunflower, at risking everything and bringing you back home and realizing that, oh, do I have any Geishel grains? I think I have some Geishel grains somewhere. I think they're in her saddle. There we go, and we'll get her healed up. There you go, guys. Good. Oh my goodness. But yeah, risking everything really made me realize that we just have to become a more professional zoo now. We need to actually have some buildings to buy things from. We'll occasionally go on big adventures like that again. They're just way too much fun, and they're part of what we do. But the reality is I should just have somebody to buy fish from, to buy plants from. And that doesn't detract from the adventures. It just makes it less frustrating, and so that we can focus on the adventure itself when we actually are able to go out. So I hope that makes sense. I know it's a little bit of babble, Sunflower, but I'm just so happy to have you home. So there you go, guys. Sunflower's back. Aster Seed's back. We are going to let these two rest, and we'll be focusing on building. In fact, I'm going to go down just to see how it's doing. We'll be focusing on the Tate and Tackle and adding to the Tate and Tackle. Is it still raining? Yeah, it's still raining. We're just under the giant tree. But yeah, we'll be adding to the Tate and Tackle, and we will be finishing it up pretty soon and moving on to some of the other exhibits. And that will free us up to be able to continue learning more facts about the real life animals that share the amazing world we all have a part in. There's Fluffy Mittens! Fluffy Mittens, how? Fluffy Mittens, how did you get all the way from like the Asian forest area to over here, Fluffy Mittens? I don't even know. That's one amazing bunny. That just is one amazing bunny. But yeah, We're back! We're back! We're back! And we will be able to get back to work and stay focused on working on exhibits. So, phew, time and place for adventures, but there's more important things here to do at the zoo in terms of getting just businesses set up and expanding the world that way. And I'm really looking forward to it. So thank you guys so much for bearing with me on the unexpected adventure and the twist in how the adventure ended. And I can't wait tomorrow to finally be able to start fishing for fish that we can add into our little aquariums and preparing the aquariums and getting to spend some time with Dr. Nami and the adorable Pebbles and her new baby Plotters. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.